Hi, my name is Nicole Heinzelman, and I'm Head of Adult Services at the Winter Park Public Library. Welcome to Doctor Who, where you will learn how to investigate your healthcare providers and living facilities. We'll be looking at a number of websites today from the Florida government and a proprietary database. The first one, though, is actually from the American Medical Association. It's Doctor Finder. After clicking on Accept, you can type in the name of who you're looking for. For this, I went with a generic name of John Smith, right here in Florida. And this takes about a minute to load. I think I clicked on it again. And there is John Smith. And opening that, we will learn where he went to school and where he did some of his residency training. Clicking on New Search, let's go back and let's practice using search by physician specialty. I'm looking for cardiologists who practice in Winter Park. And even though I make the mistake of not choosing Florida, by typing in Winter Park in the zip code, I'm okay. We found non-member physicians matching our criteria. Let's click on that. And let's choose the third gentleman, the third physician. There's some basic information, but I want to know more. Unfortunately, because he's not a member, I'm going to have to go elsewhere for that. In this case, the Department of Health Medical Quality Assurance Search Services, the practitioner profile. Type in his name and that will get us exactly what I'm looking for. Basic information, but there are also a number of tabs that I'm going to open, education, etc. So let's open that first one and we'll learn where he was educated and his postgraduate training, etc. Proceedings and actions is also a fascinating one to open because there you will learn of any lawsuits that were brought against the practitioner. And try as I might, nothing opens when I click. Well, to find out more about those cases, I'm going to have to go elsewhere. We're going to go to the Florida Office of Insurance Regulation, the Professional Liability Tracking System. Clicking on Search Now will take you to a screen where you will need to select Medical Professional Liability. And this screen is overwhelming. Yes, it is. Many search boxes. But we're fine because we know who we're looking for. So let's just type in that name and click on Search. And the very first one is the record that I had tried to click on the Florida Department of Health site. This one, the Office of Regulation, is going to give me that record information, including the severity of the injury and the settlement. Clicking on Return to Results page, we have the ability to open up the other two. And I believe this one was settled for less. Yes, it was, $62,500. But it was the third one that was higher in cost. And I believe that was about $800,000. Yes. So that is all available there through the Office of Insurance Regulation. Also, before we leave here, under New Search, you can explore those drop-down menus, including by county, if you wanted to explore what has happened here in Orange County, just out of curiosity. The next website is Reference USA, which is actually a database our library pays for, a subscription for, and you can use it at home very easily. Clicking on Reference USA will take you to its home screen, and from there, we'll need to choose U.S. Healthcare. We can type in another generic name. In this case, I chose Michael Anderson from Orlando. And I want to point out some extra tidbits of information that we weren't able to get from the other sites we had visited earlier. So yes, he specializes in allergy and asthma. But this one will tell you, on average, how many patients per week and prescriptions per week that he fills or he writes, and where he was educated out of the country. If we go back and click on New Search and then do Advance, let's say I wanted to learn of more doctors practicing in the metro area who were educated overseas. I can easily do that by clicking on the metro area box and then medical school attended box. We need to select Florida, and then we are presented with a number of metro areas, and there is Orlando. Let's say I'm interested in the United Kingdom. Next step is to make sure you update your count. Very important. and then you can view your results, of which there are 5. Opening any of those records will give us basic information, including the extra tidbits of how many patients per week the practitioner sees and how many prescriptions, which I again think is a fascinating piece of information. We are going to switch gears here and start looking at nursing homes and assisted living facilities. From here, we're at the floridahealthfinder.gov, the Agency for Healthcare Administration. Plethora of resources to educate yourself on those. You can compare very easily by using that drop-down box or click on Compare Inspection Ratings. And here we can click again on Inspection Ratings. The next screen will allow us to choose geographic location, and from there we can choose Orange County. And the next screen will be a huge table of those in the Orange County area, which you can arrange by their quality of overall inspection. You can arrange them by their name, by their region, etc., etc. You can see I'm changing that to see the worst ratings overall versus the best. And let's see if there's anything local. Well, yes, there is. There's the Westminster. So let's open that up. And further down, we'll find basic information with some extra stuff like how many licensed beds does it have. We'll see inspection reports, which we will open, and further down, any legal actions. So let's go back up and let's click on the inspection reports. We can click on the very first one, and let's see how it looks. Oh, looks very small. Don't worry. You can enlarge the screen by clicking on the plus symbol in the lower right-hand corner. Make it as large as you need to. There you go, the inspection report. Plenty more, but we're going back a screen so that we can learn about any legal actions that were made against the Westminster. Let us scroll back down and click on the very first legal action, which was a fine. Click on Select, and again we need to enlarge, easy enough to do. So that is the basics of looking up and investigating some of the nursing homes. The Agency for Healthcare Administration has a lot of resources. I do encourage you to spend some time on that home screen because you can search by the name of the nursing home as well. And they have a guide of things you can look for when you're shopping around for a nursing home. Plenty of resources. Let's switch over to assisted living facilities. It looks much the same as the nursing home page, and rightly so. Again, you can compare, but for this exercise, I'm going to the ALF comparison tool. And again, we'll search by county, choosing Orange, and then viewing results. And there is a very long list which we can again arrange by location or even the bed size if we choose. Let's open up this Alabama Oaks right here in Winter Park. And we'll learn how many beds they have, etc., etc., and we'll see any legal actions that might have taken place. Again, so those are the sites I wanted to share with you. Please take the time to educate yourself further on them, and I look forward to seeing you again.